Hey guys, what's up? This is Insanity. Got a gameplay of Modern Warfare on PC. As mentioned previously, I'm not getting Vanguard, and if I want to play Vanguard, I might as well play the modern version of it that I ripped off from. This is a 45-9 10v10 domination game on Hardhat. We lose the game, unfortunately, but I might as well keep this game due to lacking a lot of Modern Warfare gameplays on my channel. If nothing else, this was a pretty competitive match, but with a back and forth that felt like normal people playing instead of two teams of super sweaty tryhards. I didn't realize my quick play filter had Domination on and could have sworn it was only set to TDM. But regardless, I'm sure SBMM threw me a bone here for this score since beforehand I was playing a couple TDM games where I was not exactly doing good. To be fair, part of my final score involved using a kill chain perk and getting me kill streaks to boost my score a bit, since I get only one VTOL and one chopper gunner that I call in near the end of the game. The other team either felt it was pointless to shoot it down, or they only tried shooting at them with bullets instead of a launcher, so I get to snag a couple kills I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. I've been on a Gold MP5 binge lately, so that's also another reason I'm keeping this game. I went for a gold camo on the MP5, tried to get something good of it, and this is a good enough result for me. Part of the reason I'm also playing Modern Warfare is because I feel like I've exhausted a lot of what I wanted to do in Cold War. I got Dark Aether camo on every weapon that wasn't a launcher or melee weapon, got gold camo on two of my favorite non-sniper rifle guns with the AK-47 and MP5, got plenty of decent scoring TM based games, many of which were sniping based to make up for a lack of Modern Warfare sniper gameplays, and overall I'm not sure if I'd have a good reason to play Cold War again. About the only thing I'd have left on that game is unlocking all the melee weapons, which is relevant to me, and I've unlocked the weapons that actually matter. Now that I've hopped back onto Modern Warfare, I'm going for gold camo grinds, finishing up on guns that were actually pretty close to gold camo, and then trying for a good gameplay when possible. I really dislike the way gold camo looks in this game. That awful pattern being used, gold not necessarily covering much of the gun, not to mention the gold looking so mustardy, which is giving me bad memories of Black Ops 2's gold camo. It's definitely weird to be talking about going back to a game I dislike just to grind for a particular skin that I also dislike on a visual level, but a permanent shipment playlist being here to stay, leveling up other guns, possibly going for platinum camo on at least sniper and marksman rifles at bare minimum, and unlocking the other weapons I still haven't unlocked yet, still give me plenty to do on top of the camo grind. While I still dislike Modern Warfare, as of now I think this feels like a case of Advanced Warfare where I did not give that game a fair evaluation and regret not dedicating the right amount of time on that game during its life cycle. I tolerate Modern Warfare now mainly due to the shipment playlist making grinding less of a chore, and matches are a little less predictable compared to Cold War. Two things I will still give Modern Warfare credit for are better hit detection, and as the first pioneer of the gunsmith system, it's way better than how Cold War and Vanguard implemented it. There may be some overlap in terms of attachments and the fact that a lot of padding and attachment unlocks are wasted on the optics, which were faithfully recreated in Cold War's and Vanguard's implementation for the worse. But Modern Warfare does things such as having a variety of unique attachments on certain guns, like different ammo mods and barrels, and the ability to modify weapons into a different gun by using certain attachment combinations, like the AK-47 into a 74U. This adds additional weapons into the game without needing to dedicate a full weapon choice for them, and both Cold War and Vanguard have not done anything like this for their gunsmith customization, making Modern Warfare's gunsmith still stand out. Cold War's implementation is easily the worst of the three games that feature a gunsmith. There are maybe two guns I can think of which have unique attachments. The rest of the attachments overlap on practically every gun, and then you may have two attachments that do the same thing, but one of them has a penalty for equipping it, making the inclusion of the second attachment completely pointless outside of padding. There's a very good chance that regardless of the gun being used, most of the attachment combinations will be the exact same, and the only difference is whether you're using 5 or 8 attachment slots. I mentioned before that overlapping attachments aren't too bad if there are fewer attachments to unlock, and Treyarch's previous game in Black Ops 4 at least tried to minimize the whole overlapping attachments thing. Plus they included a completely unique attachment on certain guns called an operator mod. No one at Treyarch from Black Ops 4 was here to make a gunsmith customization that made sense, clearly. I barely played Vanguard during the beta phase, but still, I have kept up with gameplays of it, and it seems that Sledgehammer overcompensated in their implementation. Guns might have a okay base, but become extremely powerful when leveled up, and it's an extremely long grind to get to that point, with every primary weapon having 70 levels. If you want to use a completely different weapon that's fresh and not leveled up at all, you better be prepared to deal with other people using fully stacked weapons, especially if they're committed to using only one gun for the sake of unlocking all the camos on it. Modern Warfare weapons struck a good balance. Their base versions are reasonable, and attachments could make them into a better gun. But if you were to come up against someone using the same gun without the same attachments, they still had just as much chance of killing you, even if it's just them using no attachments. The only weapons that aren't very good in their base version are the pistols, which are fine. It's just one weapon class, and they at least fill their intended role of being sidearms that are mostly backup weapons. Plus, there are no set-in-stone level caps. One weapon can go as high as level 68, and another could go as high as 36. You won't necessarily need to be grinding every weapon to the end of time, which is way better than, I feel, than Cold War's flat 55 cap for primary and 35 for secondary, and certainly much better than Vanguard's flat 70 level cap for primary weapons. So that's 2 points in Modern Warfare's favor I appreciate. There's still plenty of things I dislike about Modern Warfare, including super loud footsteps, doors, more campy gameplay, not many maps I enjoy playing on, classic maps being brought back with nonsensical expansions to their overall layout, and objective play not being rewarded, but I'm mostly able to push that to the side thanks to the permanent shipment playlist. It's just pure turn off my brain and enjoy the chaos while grinding out camos. My mindset of Modern Warfare now is less about trying to do really good, more about let's just get some game time out of it while I still can. Also, I have all of these double weapon XP tokens from Cold War that could really be put to use elsewhere. I had a reliable method for weapon leveling in Cold War that I abused during the double weapon XP moments and never really need to use a single token in that game. So I wouldn't mind using up all the double weapon XP tokens I currently stockpiled from that game for the sake of mastering all the weapons that I have not leveled up in Modern Warfare, especially for some weapons that I like to get certain attachments for, like the pistols, which could use dual wield at bare minimum. I may have came back to a game I disliked, but maybe my time on a game now might help me appreciate it more. That's a gameplay and commentary, hope you enjoyed it, and Insanity is out.